Good afternoon and welcome. Just so happy to see everybody here, and I'm more than pleased to have our honorees here. I'm going to have to tell you something about that. You know, Dr. Alexander, you probably better let me take responsibility for this, because somebody's going to pay for it. Somebody's going to pay for this. But to Chancellor Alexander, Dr. Benjamin, Mr. Bennett, Ms. Thomas, and all the others that are assembled here, thank you for coming. This is an awesome opportunity that we have to say farewell to two individuals that have worked so diligently over the years here at this institution. I know it's not much that I can tell you about them that you don't already know, but there's one thing I can tell you about them, and that is they can be surprised, because I think we did it. And Dr. Kelly, you saw Ms. Kelly threaten to hit me there a minute ago, didn't you? But we're just so happy, because I think between the two of them, they have worked probably close to 45 or 50 years between the years of service. And I know for a fact that Ms. Strickland has worked in the Chancellor's office under every Chancellor that we've had since Dr. Lawrence A. Davis left this campus, L.A. Davis Sr. So let's give both of them another round of applause. And Dr. Alexander, we're just so happy to have you here, and thank you for that late evening phone call, and to all those that joined in to help make this happen. It is absolutely a pleasant thing and a wonderful thing to do. And just let me say while I'm here that I have known Ms. Strickland probably longer than I have Ms. Kelly, but I worked with Ms. Kelly for about 21, 22 years, and I worked this last year, the year that provided me with some of the greatest opportunities and privileges that I've had, and that is to work with both of them in the office together. And I assure you, Dr. Alexander, they're the kind of team that you need in your office. They make you look good when you're just destined to do bad and look bad. They get you to meetings on time, and they'll tell you if your tie's not right, if your shoe's not shining, all of those kinds of things. And most of all, they care about the university and the students. I think that any student, if you could pull a student off the campus this afternoon, that student would tell you and share with you, if they had had the experience of working with Ms. Kelly or with Ms. Strickland, they would say to you, as I'm saying to you, that there are two individuals that deserve the kind of send-off that we're giving them, and they deserve all the credit for helping to foster this university over the years. Now, again, when I was just turning the corner there off of University Drive, I saw this little red car about to turn the corner way down the corner there. I said, so we got to get Miss Kelly back. So Miss Kelly, thank you for coming back, even though you said you had sent me the information I needed. I don't need to know the other things that you said, but thank you for... Thank you, Ms. Kelly, for returning, and I know you have not had your lunch, but we're just happy that you decided to share this little time with us. If you look at the program, we have several individuals that will be making some remarks and have a part on the program. So we will just follow the program and as printed, and first we will have remarks from Mr. Albert Bennett, Administrative Assistant and Coordinator for Student Affairs. Mr. Bennett.
Good afternoon, colleagues. Good afternoon. Thank you all for joining us on this festive occasion. Ms. Kelly, I'll start with Ms. Kelly. The 13 months that I worked directly with you in the administration building in the Chancellor's office, your smile has been a smile of relief. Not that other folks didn't smile. When you're having a tough day and you come to the Chancellor's office, Ms. Kelly's going to give you that big smile every day. We really thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done for UAPB and everything that you've done for our students over in the School of Education prior to coming over in that admin building. And Ms. Kelly, Ms. Strickland, I think about, well, don't want to say the years, but about 30 plus years ago, when I had an interview with Dr. Herman B. Smith. I believe you greeted me at the door when I came in. I believe that day you greeted me at the door and escorted me in to have my interview with Chancellor Smith. You have been a steady force and a sense of reasoning in all of the Chancellor's office, and we are just so grateful for having you. You know, we said about, I guess about a year or so ago, we said, boy, Liz thinking about leaving. Liz, you can't leave, you can't leave. You know, we grew up knowing Liz Strickland, and you meant so much to this institution that we were having problems, need to get in to see whether it was Dr. Walker, Dr. Hackley, Carolyn Blakely, or Dr. Davis, or Dr. Johnson. We could always say, Liz, I need to get in. Liz, you think you could get me in? She has always been there, and you're going to surely be missed. And as a token of our appreciation from the Division of Student Affairs, I have Ms. Akins is going to make a presentation to the two of you, just something that you can remember us by. So enjoy your retirement. Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from the Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Vice Chancellor for Physical Affairs, Ms. Pauline Thomas. And while Ms. Thomas, I don't know what we're going to do for coffee.
I'm quitting, sir. Thank you. Good afternoon. I won't make the remarks that my colleague, Mr. Bennett, made, because it's a lot of things that I could say about both of these young ladies. But if I start doing that, I would be too long this afternoon. So I have a very short remarks. Mrs. Liz Strickland and Mrs. Charlene Kelly. Life begins at retirement. Believe it or not. Believe it or not having to commute to work each day provides a whole lot of additional opportunities to a retired person. I encourage both of you to embrace these opportunities. Remember, you are not retiring, but rather escaping the routine of 9 to 5. So live for today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Sleep in and have no sorrow, okay? Both of you, Ms. Kelly and Ms. Strickland, will be greatly missed at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. My prayer for each of you is that God continue to bless you with health and wealth and family. All right. I'll miss you all.
Thank you, Ms. Thomas. Next, we will hear from the Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Dr. Mary Benjamin. And right near the end of the program, we will have an opportunity to present any gifts that you might have. Dr. Benjamin.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson, Chancellor Alexander, to all assembled. You are such a beautiful audience, and it's so appropriate for two beautiful ladies who have brought so much to our campus. And so today, I speak on behalf of the entire Division of Academic Affairs, all the deans, all the department chairs, all the staff, all the students, because you've seen many of them along the way. So today, we are here to salute professionalism. You've always shown that, the both of you. Confidentiality, so important to the office where you gave so many years. A pleasant demeanor, Mr. Bennett mentioned that. We can always count on that. A lot of times when people get to your office, they've been through a lot, and their cup runs over. So to have a pleasant face and a pleasant demeanor, it really means a lot. You've always been helpful, problem solvers. A lot of people come just to talk, but many come to get problems solved, and you've always done that. And most of all, we've always seen your devotion to the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Not only in your office, but at the football games, at commencement, you name it, an important occasion, you've always been there. And therefore, you're an excellent role model as an ambassador for this university. So, Ms. Kelly, I call you and Dr. Johnson the Johnson-Kelly duo. When Dr. Johnson took on the interim appointment, in our office, we just waited because we said that we know somebody else is coming over here. And sure enough, one day we walked in and the duo was complete. Ms. Kelly was there. Ms. Strickland, we've seen you as the keeper of the Chancellor's office for decades. And how you did that and you have come out of it looking so relaxed and all. It's really a statement to how you problem solve for yourself. And so we saw in each of you great strengths, we saw great integrity, and we saw great concern, not only for us as individuals, but for the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. So on behalf of the Division of Academic Affairs, we just want to say thank you. Everybody in Academic Affairs, hold up your hand. Hold up your hand and help me say thank you to both of you for all that you have done. You have made each one of us feel special as an individual. We didn't come in there, you were that person, that student, that faculty member. No, you call us by name. That means a lot. So, what do we say to you? We say to you, thank you for being the face of the citadel of academic excellence here in the Arkansas Delta. And as you decide to exit this stage for a moment, we wish for you some things that we think are important. We wish for you rest, recreation, and renewed energy to do all of the things that you've been putting on. We appreciate you, we love you, we'll miss you, but we'll smile and know they're somewhere having a marvelous time. Take care and Godspeed.
Next, we'll hear from the Interim Dean for Graduate and Continuing Education, the Dr. George Hertz.
How are you all this afternoon? All right. I'm going to do two separate pieces for you all. They are very short. Each one of you will have your own special piece. Ms. Kelly, you will be first. Yours is a humorous piece. It's a parody on What Shall We Do with the Drunken Sailor? But it's a cute piece, and I want you all to join me in it. It doesn't have anything about the drunken sailor in it now, but the words are, what shall we do with Miss Charlene Kelly? Okay? Say that. What shall we do with Miss Charlene Kelly? And the melody goes like this. What shall we do with Miss Charlene Kelly? What shall we do with Miss Charlene Kelly? What shall we do with Miss Charlene Kelly early in the morning? Okay, let's try that. Want to do it? What shall we do with Miss Charlene Kelly? What shall we do with Miss Charlene Kelly? What shall we do with Miss Charlene Kelly early in the morning? Okay, we want to keep her here, put a paperweight on her. Keep her here, keep a paperweight on. Keep her here, put paperweight on her early in the morning. Now I will say hooray and up. You say she rises, okay? Hooray and up, she rises. Hooray and up, she rises. Hooray and up, she rises early in the morning. Thank you for your service, Miss Kelly. Now, Mrs. Strickland, yours is very serious. It's not a parody or anything like that, but yours is serious. It is a Creole hymn. It's a Louisiana Creole hymn that, the Catholic Church had a great deal of influence in Louisiana. And the title of this piece is Mademoiselle Marie. Mademoiselle Marie, the Catholic Church, it's really Mademoiselle of the certain Virgin Mary, okay? But the reason why it's in the broken Creole language the way it is, because of the Haitian influence, the people there was a confluence between the belief in the Catholic Church and the voodoo queen. Both of them were interceders. And the reason why I'm doing this for you is because you have been an interceder for students in this office in seeing the chancellor. Sometimes the students were without funds, that kind of thing. You thought of a way to intercede and keep those kids in school. You did that, both of you did, but you've been there longer. And that's why I thought of doing this song of intercession. The Voodoo Queen intercedes with the spirits, but the Virgin Mary intercedes with God. And so you are the interceder. So the song goes somewhat like this. Mademoiselle Marie, I heard them white folks pray. Mademoiselle Marie, I heard them white folks pray that you's a blessed damozel with power in heaven and earth as well. Oh, day, intercede for me. Oh, day, intercede for me. Mademoiselle Marie, Mademoiselle Marie, I heard them say that you's a blessed damozel with power in heaven and earth as well. Oh, day, have pity on me.
The next person to appear before you is our Chancellor, and just let me say a couple of words about our Chancellor, Dr. Alexander. I have, over the last month, I guess, had conversations with him, but more specifically, since July 1, I've had an opportunity to work very closely with him, and I want you to know that I'm very proud to say to you and to attest to the fact that Dr. Alexander has this university at heart. Now, if that should ever change, I want you to call me and just say I told you wrong. But I've been with him in meetings, several types of meetings, and I've listened to him very closely, and the kinds of things that he says and the things he does indicate to me that he understands and he's ready for the challenge. And when I say challenge, I don't mean it in a negative sense. I only mean that he's ready to be chancellor of this university. I would say to you that he cannot do that without your support, so just let me throw that in, and I'm sure he'll be asking you that of you. But Dr. Alexander, I just want to say to you, thank you for being here. Thank you for noticing that we had not done what we should have done. Thank you for being on top of that. And also to your assistant, I'm sure you will introduce her at the appropriate time. But on behalf of the campus and the university, we're happy to have you at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, in the state of Arkansas. So please come.
Thank you, Dr. Calvin Johnson. I thank you for heeding the call when I did call, and for working so quickly and on this occasion, on this very, very important occasion, for gathering the people together around you who assisted and helped you make this event what it is. I thank all of you. To our honorees, congratulations on your retirement from the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. This is indeed a great day. It is a great day because we honor you today. We honor you as family. The University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff family came together today to recognize you on this occasion, and we want you in retirement to do whatever you want. This is your time. Now, you may get advice from one person or another, but it's your time to do what you want to do. And all of the kind words that I've heard expressed today and that you have heard from all of the speakers they ring so true. I have known you but for a short time, but I can attest that in that short period of time, I have observed all of the qualities that have been described by all of the speakers here today, because they speak the truth. And I wish that there was a place, and there ought to be a place, that we give honor and recognition to people who have served in such dedicated roles. You know, sometimes we have a title for people. We call them emeritus. That is a title of honor when one has retired and has served well at this institution. I don't think we have that for staff titles, but by the power invested in me as Chancellor of the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, I would like to give you that title of Assistant Emeritus of the University of Arkansas, Chancellor at Pine Bluff. We wish you the very best, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your service to this university. Thank you.
Now it is time for us to hear from our honorees. And, you know, over the years, I know Ms. Strickland has sent out flowers, condolences, thank you notes, letters, and all of those things to people all over this country. But today is your day, Ms. Strickland. So we're just happy to celebrate with you. And I know that you will, if you do half of the things you told me that you're going to do, you'll have a great retirement. I can't give you too much advice because I only tried it for 10 months. But I'll be out there with you, trying to learn how to be retired. So at this time, let us receive Ms. Liz Strickland for some comments.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, I am just surprised. That's all I can say. I was looking down and heard all the noise, and I said, what is going on? So I opened the door and looked down. Pauline sitting there. Then I spotted my child. I said, what is going on? Both of them, they were shrugging their shoulders. They didn't know. But when I saw the food, and I think the majority of you in here know how much I eat. And I saw, and I was wondering, I said, well, whatever it is, I'm going to go down and take a part in it once it's done. And little did I know, Chancellor Johnson came in, and as a matter of fact, he even asked me for Jerron's phone number. And it was a while before I saw Jerron sitting there. And I gave him Jerron's phone number. When I spotted him, I said, Jerron, I gave Chancellor Johnson your phone number, but I also already given it to Dr. Alexander. And I'm still wondering what's going on, and then start seeing people gathering. It is just totally a surprise, and I just appreciate it. This is the second surprise I think I've ever had. And finally, I want to say to Dr. Hertz, my child can attest to this, that my prayer for not only myself, for my daughter, my husband, her spouse, and this university, every day I ask the Lord to be an intercessor for us. And it's just such a coincidence that he came up with that, because that is my prayer. And I will continue to see the majority of you. Today will be my last day, but I'll be right back on Monday. But I really do appreciate this from the bottom of my heart, and I had no earthly idea. And just seeing all the faces, you have no earthly idea how much I actually really appreciate it. I look at Catherine Brown and just talked with her. She said nothing. And then when I saw Dr. Kelly, I said, Charlene, what is going on? And Janet stopped her and turned her around, and I said, well, what is going on? Chancellor Johnson said, come on. I'm trying to hold the door for him, trying to see what's going on with Janet and Charlene. And we come down and all this. This is just wonderful, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Liz. We appreciate you. Next, we'll hear from Ms. Charlene Kelly. And let me recognize Dr. Kelly, Ms. Kelly's husband. He's here in the audience. Thank you, Dr. Kelly, for coming. Is Mr. Strickland here? I didn't see him. He's not here. Okay. So, Ms. Kelly, would you come at this time? And remember, if you still want to fight, there are a lot of witnesses here.
Good afternoon. And, oh, I am so surprised. Most of the time, I always know what's going on. And this is one time I can truly say that I had no idea of what was going on. I am so surprised I'm almost speechless. I had seen the Miss McGee setting up downstairs as I was going out, and I peeked over the rail and I said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "Oh, just setting up for a refreshment or a reception or something." And I just moseyed right on about my business. Before I left, I had typed up something for Dr. Johnson, because he has a taping later on, and he had asked me to send that to him on his iPad. So I sent it to him, and I sent it over to the TV station. So then I left and went to lunch. Then our new Miss Broyles, assistant to the new chancellor, called me on the phone. "Dr. Johnson needs you to come back. He needs something he has to have in 20 minutes. And he can't find it on my desk. I can't find it on your desk." I said, "What in the world is going on?" And then to walk in, she said, "No, I was going to the office trying to hurry up and get that to him." She said, "No, come on, you and Miss Liz both." And we were coming down the stairs, and I said, "Liz, what's going on?" She said, "I don't know." I walked in, then I saw my husband. When I saw him sitting there, I said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Oh my God, what if something is definitely going on?" I really and sincerely appreciate this. I started out here in the School of Education in 1991, I think, when Dr. Johnson started. And through the years, I've worked with him. And not only him, but I worked with everybody across this campus in academic affairs. Academic affairs, you know, you end up being inclusive, and I'm working with everybody here in the building, but over in academic affairs on a more personal basis. And I can truly say that those years were very rewarding. I've grown professionally and personally since that time. Then when Dr. Johnson had the opportunity to come over here, I said, "Now, Dr. Johnson, you know you just can't leave me sitting over there." And so he said, "Well, you know, if I go, you're going to go too." And so since I've been over here in this building, you all just made me feel welcome. You didn't make me feel like a stranger. You came in, and everybody that came around was very nice and cordial, and I just appreciated that. It made me make the transition so much easier. And I just want to say thank you to all of you. I am looking forward to my retirement. In fact, I'm leaving tomorrow for a trip, and I will be around. And as I told Chancellor Alexander, if you need me for anything, if I can help in any kind of way, I have my cell phone, I have an email, just give me a call. But before I finish, I would like one last remark to say, and that is to Ms. Liz Strickland. Liz, I've known her, like I said, everybody else all over through the years. But when I came into the Chancellor's office, she was there, and she's been there every step of the way. And she was willing to share and help me to help her. And I appreciate you so much. And we're gonna get together, all right? So, thank you so very much.
Again, I want to say thank you to Ms. Kelly and Ms. Strickland. We appreciate you and all that you've done and your contributions that you've made to this university. And again, just let me say how pleased I was and how blessed I was to have an opportunity to work with both of you. And I was serious when I said that you were not bashful about telling me what I needed to do. And let me tell you about Ms. Strickland, Dr. Alexander. When there was something that if I had prepared something and she wasn't comfortable with it, she wouldn't say anything. But then when I asked about it, she said, "Well, I'm still holding it. I thought you might want to look at it again," you know. and then, you know, Miss Kelly is the type that when that time come by, she would say, "Dr. Johnson, I don't think you want to do that." But I enjoyed that because they were giving me the feedback that I needed. You know, we all need somebody that's going to help direct us, not somebody that's going to always agree with us. And so thank you for all that you did. Thank you for your support for the office and also for me as the interim chancellor and as the dean. I would like to recognize Ms. Courtney because this is coming around, Courtney, so people can see you. I think you all know Courtney, but this is Ms. Strickland's daughter, and we're happy to have her here. Please. And we have an opportunity now to present some gifts to the honorees. So at this time, if you would like to make a presentation, you can do so right now.
On behalf of the Pine Bluff chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, we want to say thank you for all the years, and we look forward to your retirement so you can do even more work in Delta.
Oh, thank you so
You're welcome.
very much. Great. Surprise me like that. Okay, thank you.
Miss Kelly, Mama. On behalf of the Office of Development, for all of the support that you've provided for us, we'd like to present you with flowers for all that you've done. We really appreciate it. And I would be remiss if I did not thank Dr. Johnson for providing my mom with the support that she needed, and for expressing your appreciation for the things that she's done at the university, and to all of the special people that are here to support her. I do appreciate you as well. Making her feel good makes me feel good too, so thank you.
Ms. Strickland, on behalf of the Office of the Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present to you, on behalf of Dr. Lawrence Alexander, these flowers.
Thank you.
And this gift.
Thank you.
All right. And Ms. Charlene Kelly.
Thank you. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to express appreciation to Thompson Hospitality and Ms. McGee. Ms. McGee, thank you for helping us to get this done. You're always there. You always respond in a positive manner, and we appreciate that. So whenever you say so, I think we're ready for the food. So just in closing, Dr. Alexander, do you have any closing remarks? I would just like to say again, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for adjusting your schedules to show up here this afternoon. Thank you, Ms. Strickland and Ms. Kelly, for all that you've done. Dr. Kelly, thank you for coming, and all the others that are here this afternoon. This is, I think this is a historical moment, because you have two people that, you know, people are different. Although we wish for some of the same characteristics, people are different. So you played a significant part in what has happened on this campus over the years, and specifically this past year. So again, I say thank you, and at this time, you're welcome to the food.